Hello everyone. This is a video to help further explain your last major assignment, which I've labeled here as a research assignment. And although you have multiple options for this assignment, I labeled it research assignment because the point in this last project is to demonstrate some research you've done on your own and kind of synthesizing and thinking about the readings we've had in the course. Also, real important, I've given you options because I want you to think about what will be most useful for you. So I've given you options all semester to choose the genre you want to complete. And, a lot of y'all chose essays, and that's completely fine. But I want you to think about whether, what would be most useful for you in your future and what you want to get out of this class. And choose the genre for this based on that. These do have a little bit more specifics because they are particular genres that I'm asking of you. So you can see here the purpose in the last assignment is to integrate some research to support the assignment goals and demonstrate the genre conventions as well as graduate level work. So I do want to point that out just because you do have some options here. And I want to be sure that you think about, this is a master's level class, and so the level of work I have, the expectations that I have are at that level. So what else do I want to say? The common requirements for all of these, because it is a research assignment, you'll have a works cited, you'll upload it to web courses, and it's due December 11th. Just FYI, I can't push that deadline because I need time to grade, and I believe grades are due not too long after that. So that is a hard deadline for me. So let's take a look at the different options. So the first option is a literature review. I also put a section in here about who may be interested. So if you're not sure what you want to do for this project, I suggest reading through each of these and thinking about who might be interested. So this one is for students who want to practice their academic writing. Some of you have chosen essays, but haven't demonstrated all of the genre conventions of an academic essay. So this would be an opportunity to practice that. I do also have some feedback on writing that'll be in another video. Also, students who want to maybe become familiar with an academic conversation. Maybe there's an area you want to think about in thinking through gender that could inform maybe some of your other classes or other projects. And then also those who want to simply refine their academic skills and genres. So for the literature review, basically you're going to kind of demonstrate, but synthesize. I would say synthesize some scholarship to identify commonalities and gaps. Often literature reviews are used in a larger, let's say in a journal article to demonstrate where the gap is to make room for your own research. In this particular instance, you can do that, but also, to show your interests, but also to demonstrate, the reading that you've done in this particular area. So you can see here the requirements. First, a stated focusing topic that's related to gender. So this could be something we've talked about in this class. It could be something that bridges some of the concepts we've talked about in this class with some of your own experiences. So for example, if you're a K through 12 teacher and you want to, focus on the literature that has been written about, gender roles within a classroom or something like that, that's fine. So first, the topic, the focusing topic, and then the requirements, 6 to 8 sources, 10 to 12 pages in length, a cover page, a works cited, and you can use whatever citation style you prefer, as long as you use the citation style accurately. I also want to mention that in the sources, you can use some of the ones that we've read in this class. They don't have to all be new. I think everything else here is pretty self-explanatory. I've also included a couple links to help with the genre of a literature review. So again, this is for people who may want to practice that academic writing. The second option is a lesson plan. Who might be interested in this? If you're an educator, which I think most of you are in some capacity, and you want to think through how the concepts of this course could be applied to your classroom. This is an option for you. So you can see the options are you can either create a lesson plan incorporating the concepts from the semester or a lesson plan of how to teach those concepts. So it's up to you. And let's see, requirements. So you'll need to have some, obviously, student learning objectives, a detailed explanation of the activities that will take place in that lesson plan, the example assignment you'll be using, and works cited. So you need to cite 6 sources total, 3 from our course, and 3 are up to you. So again, this lesson plan, because it is based off of some of the things we've been talking about this semester, you should be drawing from some research to inform the lesson plan you are implementing, if that makes sense. And so here, that your written document should include everything listed above. I put you can also submit a video or audio recording that explains your lesson plan. It might be a little bit easier in that instance. The third option is a strategic plan. I know some of you are, in environments where you have a full-time job, and I thought this might be an option for you to also apply the concepts of the course to your everyday experiences. So this is kind of a take on not so much a lesson plan if you're not an educator, but a strategic plan in whatever entity within that you work within. So here I gave you the option of a real or imagined organization. You don't have to out necessarily your where you work currently. It could be a place you've worked in the past or a place you would like to. So let's see what else. The strategic plan will be related to issues of gender, and the goal of the strategic plan will be to create a more diverse, inclusive, and or equitable environment. So this could look like a lot of different things, but think of what you could make an improvement on in a particular environment. So you can see here the requirements. Although there's various steps to strategic plans, I thought for the sake of streamlining this and simplifying it, I would ask 3 areas of you. So first, to cover the values and current data of the organization. Second, the objectives of the plan, and then action items to complete that plan. And then the last section is how and when you'll evaluate the effectiveness of your plan. So this one as well, you need to cite 6 sources, 3 from our course and 3 are up to you. Those can also be from our course if you want. So again, this plan needs to be informed by some of the things we've been reading about, by the course and the concepts in the course. You'll include an introductory section providing context, and then consider an image. A lot of people like to have images for their strategic plan and or maybe another recording explaining it. So with this one, the genre is up to you. I could see this being done in a lot of different ways. So one of you did a great voice recording over a PowerPoint presentation that worked really well. So here you'll need to submit a digital version, and you can attach the works cited separately if you would like to. Here's a little bit about a strategic plan and an example of one. So I could see this being working in a lot of different organizations. So that's an option for you. And then lastly, a creative work. So for this one, you will create something and then also write a written, textual reflection about that process. So this is why I wanted to emphasize the creative work should be thoughtful and of graduate level work. you should put the same amount of time and planning and execution into this creative endeavor as you would into a 10 to 12 page paper. So the artist statement / reflection, I think it depends on what you're doing, should be about 1 page, single spaced, and should reference scholarship from the course. It should also include a works cited. Similarly, you should cite 6 sources, 3 from the course and 3 up to you. You'll need to submit a digital version of this creative piece, as well as your written artist statement or reflection. I didn't put examples of artist statements and reflections here, but now that I think of it, I will go back and put some in from classes I've had before. I'll put in an artist statement of my own. But again, keep in mind the parameters of this project. I want your artist statement reflection to be at least 1 page single spaced, if not longer. This is an option for students who enjoy expressing themselves and their knowledges through a different means, not the traditional academic ones we ask of you. This is part of my research, part of my work, so it's something that I enjoy as well, and I think is also worthy of evaluation in graduate courses. So, it's some students think it's easy, some students find it much more challenging. So this is just an option I wanted to put forth, and that can look like a lot of different things. So that's all I have for y'all today in explaining this assignment. Again, please pay attention that the point of it is research. So all of these, everything from the literature review to the creative work should be grounded in some of the readings we've been doing, concepts we've talked about, theories that we've read about, in order to complete this assignment. And again, remember, the point of this is what's going to be most useful for you, okay, in synthesizing and thinking about this course. And I'm sorry, I just realized I have not put the rubric. I will put that in there as well. And if you, that's it.